2020. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Oh, nigga, move. Oh, shit. Hey, bro. Yo, y'all laughing at this shit, home. Who did this shit, bro? I don't know, bro.
Oh, the button's not working. Welcome to the show.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the
and
show.
As Bob Talley says, well, there goes the security deposit.
Yeah, for audio listeners,
for
audio listeners, a big man went through a wall playing silly games like you do. Happens all the time.
Had his friends hyping him up because they were like, yo, slam dunk contest, let's go. Had the girls out there just clapping it up, like, yeah, let's do it. And my man, you know what the problem was? It's because that other man went up for the block.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slam dunk contest. Nobody's trying to block you during a slam dunk contest. What are you doing? You're just trying to show off.
What is a slam dunk contest? And two,
Serious?
my favorite thing is that is how everything goes when you have a bunch of friends around and you fucking get a little too silly, a little too fucking excited, and it always ends with oh fuck. Like, I can just start naming shit with no. I don't even need context of the story. Shopping cart joust. One time a friend of mine got talked into who could jump into the bigger bush, just sight unseen. And then one of my friends, it ended when one of my friends found one with a very, very thick inside branch and got impaled.
You know what my favorite one always was you get just slightly drunk enough, right? Not like saucy, but just slightly drunk enough. And somebody goes, I could outrun a car.
Always.
That is my favorite fucking one.
That's the
It's just the straight out man versus car foot race. Like, just.
I thought it would be funny to just belly flop onto a couch at IKEA, and then I realized there was a solid piece of wood underneath that. I landed and got the wind knocked straight out of me.
Yeah. Youth, man. We had a moment when we were younger, and I can only tell the story because it ended up okay. I'll just give that before anyone freaks out. But we had this bridge that it was a concrete bridge that went over the freeway, and we went, you up it and left and then up, and then it went over the top and then down. It's a bridge, and it's a little pedestrian bridge, and at the bottom of it, so that you wouldn't take like vehicles or anything up it, it had like posts, like concrete posts, and we thought it would be hilarious. We found a tire on the street, just an abandoned car tire, and we were like, who can roll it down and see if they can make it past the posts or between the posts, like a little Plinko machine. And so we start rolling this, we throw this tire from the top of it, and it wobbles down, and it's like, oh shit, it's gonna make it, and then it would hit the pole and whatever. And then we were all just, again, it just kept getting so hyped. And so then one of us fucking threw the damn tire down there, and it was like, whoosh. And we immediately went, yeah. And then we watched that tire go out into oncoming traffic in the street. And we were like, no. We're like, oh shit. And that immediate moment where it's like, it's time to hide. It's time to run away. We didn't do shit. I don't know what happened, officer. I do not know. I don't know who did it. I don't know who that was. I have a fucking favorite part of this is this man's fucking face right here. This-
Look at the comments. There's some clips.
Yeah. If you scroll down through the thread, they have all just the best
The
face,
best
the best reaction.
You coming to
That man right there just was like, I lost my security deposit. I lost my
You don't even need the context. You just know that this man is somehow in charge of everybody. And he's like, you fucking dicks. Oh, Lord, it's good.
Because his reaction is like, y'all laughing. Like, y'all think this shit funny.
Whose wallet is this coming
Yeah,
out?
you don't gotta pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these faces are great. These are. I'm sorry, audio listeners. You should watch the video version. This
That man knew he fucked up.
Yeah,
he did not want to move from there.
Oh, thank you, Peter Ray, for the sub during the podcast. But anyways, it's Panda. That's the intro.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's joining us here
Panda's,
from Kaz's studio.
live from Baltimore. He almost didn't make it.
That's
I
exciting.
got on the wrong train, but it was technically the right train still.
I did see. I mean, I don't know. I was doing shit, but like, you know, you check into Discord every now and then. We got a moment, and I've seen a bunch of like, "Fuck, wrong train," shit. And I was like, I don't even know. I don't even know how to help. Like, my man's just going to a different city now.
Yeah. And paid more for the ticket than he should have too. Is the problem.
I really
That's the
did.
big
That's the
problem.
big sad.
Explain. I don't understand.
So to go from DC to Baltimore is there's a flat rate $8 train ticket,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
You just go up. You're like, yeah, I want to go to Baltimore. They're like, cool, $8. my man asked them, and they looked at that man and they realized he wasn't from here. And
They got a
No,
sucker.
all right, so
They got a sucker.
I did it, and you know what was the crazy part is I did it through like a website that like I use for bus and train tickets, like Greyhound, Amtrak, whatever. It's all on there, and they were like, "Yo, $14," and I'm like, I mean, I don't see any cheaper options, I guess. And so like and since I realized I bought the wrong ticket, and I saw the lady coming down the train to check tickets, I'm like, fuck, what train is this? Do they have an app? It's like, and I downloaded the app real quick, and I like purchased the train ticket, and it was like, oh yeah, it's $8, and I'm like, oh, I've been motherfucking swindled.
To be honest, in your defense, it doesn't sound like an excusable price for a ride to a different city. That sounds accurate. $14?
It's almost double.
Okay, but in the grand scheme of things, like, you know, that's a big vehicle. It's gonna carry your butt all the way over there. They're gonna provide. I don't know.
$8 is lunch.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know. I mean, I'm still confused sometimes about cost of travel, but
Panda went to a music show in DC last night.
Oh, it was
Friday night.
incredible.
Yeah.
So DC's near you.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about an hour by train.
Okay. Well, I think you would know.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then next weekend we're going to New York.
That's exciting. Anyone that is in the New York contingency, you should all go hit them up. How far is it for you, Kaz, if you travel like up to New York and shit? Because you go up there all the time when the kids are hanging out.
Like 3 hours.
Oh, that's not bad. I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
As far as fuck.
They literally have like $8 bus tickets to go up to New York.
That's true.
But you got to get them early. I had to pay like 20. Actually, I think I paid like $30.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing over here. Like, I can get to, because like it may seem like it's really far, but like going to visit Jen is technically a 6-hour drive, and it's not hard. And then you can take like an 8-hour bus for like $14 if you get it. Like,
that's a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's only double of what you just said.
I'm talking to my European friends, and like you can cross all of EU in 6 hours.
Yeah, when I had Euro James over here, Iagavos, when he came down for my first what's that fucking con called? Nerdtacular. And yeah, so he was like, oh, I'll fly into San Diego, it's cheaper. And then we were gonna drive up. I was gonna drive all of us up because we had 4 people with us. It was cheaper for all of us to just drive. And that was an 18-hour drive, and to Utah. And his mouth was agape during the drive. Like, and we hadn't even left California yet. He's like, we're still in California? He's like, we've crossed my country 3 times at this point. Like, and I'm like, still the same road, still the same freeway, still the same shit. Like, there's so much California. I was like, he's like, when are we gonna pass California? It's his life. I had some travel shit today. I wanted to bring this up the other day. I had 2 of these instances so far. People are fucking bad at Uber, man. And I don't know. Listen, the reason I'm usually Ubering is because I'm drinking, right? Like, I'm having some cocktails and I want to continue having cocktails. Hell, I'm drinking. If I know I'm going to the Uber, I'm going to start drinking before we go. And I'm going to drink the whole time there. And then I'm going to Uber back. So I do my own due diligence of building in, fucking fail safes. So I don't fuck it up because I don't want to be a burden to anybody else. But I still get the cheap ass Uber pools, which involve other human beings. But I have my headphones on. Yeah. It's fine as fuck. So there's these two stories I just recently had in Uber where I get in, guy's like, cool, you're you, yes, sweet. And he's like, oh, we got someone to pick up right here on the beach. I'm like, cool. We go to the beach, and these people are drinking on the beach, and that's fine. Girl gets in, and she's like, hi, cool. And he's like, are you blah, blah, blah? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, it's supposed to say some code or something. And she's like, oh, I don't have it. A friend of mine started the Uber, like, on his phone. And I was like, okay. And he's like, whatever. No big deal. We start driving. And she's like, oh, just a heads up. I need to change the address that we're going to.
That's not allowed.
She's like, yeah. He just texted me. He put the wrong address in. I'm going to this other place. And we're in a pool, a shared. We're going, like, the reason it's fucking picked us is because we're going to come together to a nearby area. And he's like, I can't do that. And she's like, come on. And I'm like, no. And I'm just like, I'm on my head. I was like, I ain't hearing this. I don't fucking I ain't hearing any of this. And she's like, what do I do? And he's like, I can take you to this place or you can get out and then have him cancel it. And she's like, okay. And she just gets out, and she was very drunk. And I'm like, that poor girl is never going to live again. That's the end of her life. She's dead in the water now. She's just wandering the streets. And then I was like, okay, that's an isolated incident, whatever. Just last night, I go to a family thing up in Solana Beach, take an Uber up there, do a pool. We pick someone up. They're cool. They seem quiet, did their own thing the whole time.
Uber pools.
I need to stop. They're great. No, they're great. They're cheap. I mean, I get Uber sometimes, and it's like $3 to go across town, and I'm like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But we get to this destination. I've never been there in the first place. I've never been to this area. I mean, I know the area, but not this actual area. And we get to her stop, and there's like a car park, and then there's a bunch of residences and bushes. There's just lots of tall bushes. It's a Richie area. And we go to park, and she gets out, and I'm like, cool. Now it's on to my destination, and I text my dad. I'm like, I'm gonna be there soon. And then she as soon as the door closed, she stops and hits the door a little bit, and she's like, oh, hey. And he's like, what's up? What's wrong? And she's like, I don't know where this is. And I'm like, what?
Sounds like a you problem. Yeah. I gotta go.
And he's like, he's already hit that button that's like confirm drop off, done. And she's like, what? Where's the hotel? And he's like, he looks at me, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. And I'm like, you open up Google Maps, I guess. I don't know where the fuck to do. And he's like, yeah. She's like, can you look around for me? And he's like, no, you can get another Uber. Bye. And just takes on. I'm like, yeah, people are weird, man. People are weird. I don't know.
Speaking of, like, so today,
oh my God.
Before we went out, because my cat is still in the other house. Because that motherfucker just is living under.
You still can't get him in a fucking cat box or whatever it's called, a car carrier.
He's an escape artist.
You gotta grab him by the neck.
Your cat is so lonely.
It's his fault. So I go over there to like check on him, feed him, and shit. So I Uber us over there, and then we were gonna go to the arcade place called Round One, right? So I get this Uber, we go over there, I do my thing, and then before I left, I was like, maybe I should just make this a stop, or whatever. And Emily's like, you're only supposed to have 3 minutes if you add a stop, like.
Okay. I've never done that.
So I was like, yeah. So I was like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll just Uber here, and then we'll Uber to the arcade. So I do that. I go down. My cat's big chilling, or whatever. And he's still traumatized from me trying to stuff him into a box earlier in the day. But I put some food down, checked his water, all that shit, and I'm like, cool. He's cool. I'm cool. He has food. I'm out. So I go back up and I'm like, all right, I'm going to call an Uber to get us to the place. And like, literally this dude's just at the end of the block. So it gave me the same dude.
No, that's weird.
It's like, oh shit.
The key thing was, right? It was a good ride. So I 5-starred.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I hope. I fucking hope.
Right. So I 5-starred, gave him a tip. So as my man comes back around the corner, he's like, yo, what's up?
Thanks for the tip, man.
Thanks for the tip, brother. And I'm like, yeah, man, I got you. And then like after he drops us off, right? After he drops us off at the arcade, I look at Panda, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I tipped that man well.
Yo,
Jesus. Oh, that'd have been
you
fun.
did it. You would have looked at and been like, sucks, brother.
Sup, motherfucker? Why not 1 star?
Wouldn't accept the ride completely, like, nah.
Oh Lord,
I
mean,
that'd have been
my millennial fucking anxiety brain. My biggest fear sometimes. I've done, like, back-to-back Postmates kind of shit at certain places and parties, and I'm like, if I have to look this person in the eye again, like if it gets the same person gets me, I don't feel so bad. Like it's stupid.
Yo, this one guy from Postmates, he passed by. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? You remember me?" And I'm like, "Nah."
Yo, you know what was super awkward the other day? I had to I got up late, so I had to Uber to work.
Yeah.
So like Uber dude pulls up, I get in, right? And like he starts driving, we're big chilling, and he's like, I know you. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. You get a cab one time. I drive cab. And I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, I have used cabs before. He's like, yeah. Fuck that shit. I drive Uber now.
All that's fine. There's a few points of contention I have with your story. Why does waking up late mean you take an Uber?
Because I had to be there in like
transportation.
Yeah.
Oh, you normally do. Okay, I was like, damn, Uber's a lot longer time than just driving to fucking work at that point. But that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Also, for all those future Uber drivers and Postmates people or anyone involved in any of the service industry, my brain is actively forgetting you while we're talking. So don't ever think I'm ever.
Absolutely.
My brain is deleting you. It is like in, out, don't ever hit storage mode.
We could have the greatest conversation, like the most like in-depth. Like fucking, we could be in that car and cry. As soon as I get out, I don't know who the fuck you are.
I forgot that I Ubered there. Like that's it.
I'm pretty sure there has been Ubers where I haven't even seen the driver. Like I just got in and then left without even looking up at all.
If you look at the data stream of what my brain has in store, and it is a weird anime where everything is blanked out and there's nothing but my cell phone and my headphones, my legs maybe, like everything else. I don't even know what the car was looking like, what the inside of the car was looking like. Fuck all that. We should have a show.
We were also in the Uber talking about Vegas, which brought up the fucking Kia Soul story.
You telling our secret stories? We're gonna get arrested for that one day, because you know those people came back and they're like, someone was in our car.
Fucked with our stuff.
Yeah, we should change the radio station. I don't know. You can turn them on.
Just adjust the seat.
Yeah,
turn the mirror around.
You get in that fucking car and you're like, motherfucker, ghosts.
Spike their coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, they can
Yo,
drink
it's
that
not
coffee.
our fault they left their fucking doors open. Who leaves your in Vegas of all
Four
places?
grown men got into a car that wasn't theirs. We did it.
We opened all the doors.
I got
brother. We
in.
opened
I got in and I
every
sat there. I put a
single
seatbelt on. I was strapped in. And I was like, damn, who got coffee?
door.
Huh.
Yeah. Like it took us a good long minute to just be like, this ain't us.
That's how little I fucking recognize what's going on around me at that time.
Yeah.
It's
And I
crazy.
love it because it was like the whole point that we opened all those fucking doors was because we were trying to air it out for the fucking shrimp smell. But then we got in the one that was ours and just drove off. No air out, no nothing.
We were
just drove the
scared.
fuck
I
off.
was scared. I wanted to get out of there. I was like, leave the scene. Can you imagine if they had walked up and if you walked up to your motherfucking car, no matter if you left it unlocked and there was people sitting in it,
Swinging.
I'd have thrown my grocery bags to the fucking side and I'd just been fucking just windmill punching. Like, what is happening? Like, oh my God, could you imagine? Could you imagine the from 0 to 100 you would hit just seeing that? Like, there's no time to talk. You just gotta go. Lord, it's terrifying.
Oh, man.
Let's transition
What
to the
else is
news,
on the docket?
unless you want to do that.
No, I'm just trying to think. All right, so Vegas is coming up. We're doing that.
I'm excited as fuck. A lot of people are confirming. If you've not already, there is a doc. I don't think there's a Bitly for it, but you can get to it if you go to the cons meetup room, and I'll link it now. But there's a doc that people are filling in. I've gotten a lot of personal confirmations. A lot of people are texting me randomly and just being like, "I got the tickets and the power," and I'm like, "Yeah." So it's exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Yeah, I'm excited. The only thing we got to do now is start filling up plans, because we're at this point we've got a lot of suggestions, but we don't have a lot of locked in. Wait, what?
Water park?
Water park is on the big one. I want to do a water park so bad. I do.
I left it on there on purpose.
Yeah. We just got to confirm that they're fucking not closing down a quarter of their goddamn attractions. But
I love that also the other day, because so New York is next weekend.
Oh yeah.
And then fucking Nikon's ass tried to be like, "Yo, what are we doing?" I'm like, "Wherever the wind takes us, brother."
Go to the streets.
Yeah. Like, only thing I care about is going to Koreatown and eating food.
It's always about the food. That's the thing I love about Vegas too. Is like when it comes down to it, we're gonna eat some fucking food. I'm excited.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a blast.
No Bacchanal this year.
But yeah, I think that's the current plan is Vegas, and then also we we made the joke, not the joke, but we made the big statement, or at least I did. I'm like, oh, it's so nice that we know so far ahead of time about TwitchCon being in San Diego. We got all this time to plan it, and now it's April, and I ain't done shit.
We ain't planning shit.
Like, I haven't thought about it. I'm like, I'll just do that in the new year. Now it's fucking. We're already like, oh shit, April's. That's February. Sorry, I somehow assumed it was already Vegas time, but yeah, we should start contemplating and planning that, because for people that are getting hotels and whatnot, now that everybody knows it's going to be in San Diego, people have already bought their hotels and whatnot. And as Sunbun has said many, many, many times, reserve your shit, because you can always cancel for a full refund.
Oh,
in
yeah,
a certain amount of time.
That's what I've been doing.
You know what I just thought about that I have to talk about? And I know it's going to make the show even longer now, but so we went to this arcade called Round One. They're all over the place at this point. Upscale,
Dave & Buster's Light.
Fucking, yeah, Dave & Buster's Light, bowling alleys, all that shit. So the first time I went to this Round One that's here, right, was when it was like brand new, just opened, right? Great, awesome, or whatever. It's been like 3, maybe 4 months, maybe a little bit longer. pretty much every machine in there is out of order.
Yeah, half the machines were out of service.
Remember that the corner of the fun dungeon that was an actual dungeon that was where all the machines that died went to die, and it's just like a weird disassembled animatronics and fucking pinball machines with a missing glass.
Five Nights at Freddy's back there.
It did. It looked like an old Chuck E. Cheese. Fucking, it's so scary.
So they had one of those like picture booths, like one of those like Japanese picture booths where you can go in and do all like the Snapchat filters and stuff like that. We were looking at one and it just has like almost legitimate police tape around it. And like Panda pokes his head in and he's like, "Yo, somebody was mad." And it just looks like somebody just punched the screen out. Like
either somebody punched it or shot it.
There has been a murder.
You saw a central point of impact and then just spidering out from that one point.
And what's crazy about Fun Dungeon is some of those machines though, like, they were in that corner and still plugged in and like taking money. You're like, what? Just unplug it.
Yo, me and Panda found the key game, right? Because these new arcades, right? You swipe your little card and that's how you get tickets. They don't give you physical tickets anymore. Like, so we're going around, we're just kind of playing everything, skee ball, all these things. We find this like digital bowling thing. It gives you a real ball and you just like, it's like a giant rubber ball and you roll it. And then on the screen, it like, you see the bowling ball hit the pins. Like, yo, had the payout. Like,
you found it.
Had the fucking
you found the one.
Min-maxing everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because if you get a strike, it gives you a bonus game. And it's just like knock down these 100 pins, and like you almost can't not like 92 pins. So it's just great. It's just great. It was great. And we hit the screen like 5 times.
Yo, there have been some time like I threw it, and it went into the lane that was next to me, hit the TV screen, and veered off to the side somewhere.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having to be the engineer or the developer that makes those fucking games that dumb adults have to fucking play? They're like, yeah, cool, I can make a game. It's gonna be fine. We need 4 inches of plexiglass. Why? It needs to be able to sustain a 280-pound man running into it. Why? That's a lot of variation. It happens a lot. Trust me. Yeah. What if someone threw the ball across 3 lanes with full force from a human adult's arm? Oh shit! Yeah, it needs to be able to withstand that, so we don't lose our investment.
What if a man just went full high heat baseball on the screen and just gave it everything he fucking had and just fucking like missed every hole but hit the LCD? Would it be all right?
Yeah. Well, imagine a 280-pound who's not trained in any martial arts trying to do a roundhouse kick on it and then fucking hitting it with their hip. Is that a thing? Because that's happened. We have footage. Like, you have to design it. There's a meeting room where fucking adult men are designing this kind of bullshit, and it's great. I think it sucks. But
you know that hole in the top of skee ball? Can we put plexi in front of that? Because someone's just yeeting it so hard that it goes out the other end and back to it.
Yo, there were so many games me and Panda played, right? Where it's just like you have that catch up top, you have the side like screens to catch the ball because they figure, okay, there'll be ricochet here and here, but you have to have that big enough space to throw through. Somehow, some way, everything we throw, boom! Oh shit! Just throw it again.
You ever get a return to sender on skee ball? That is the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah, it's back! Yay! That's it. Do you remember that sad DDR machine I found in the fun dungeon? That it was it was in the back corner, and it was the one I actually, because they had the garbage new ones with like the diagonal pads out in the front. And I was like, I don't want this fucking new age fucking DDR. I want the old fucking 2nd mix and 5th mix. I want some butterfly and shit. And they had the machine in the back, like fucking like, Extreme 1 or some shit. And I was like, oh, but it's unplugged. And so I looked around and I was like, oh, fucking plug this motherfucker in. And that thing just came on. The screen was broken and it was just like, I was like, oh, okay, that's why it was unplugged. Oh, damn. Half the lights going on. Terrifying. Yeah, that was a Five Nights at Freddy's.
There was some rhythm game we played, but it was like a DJ fucking booth.
No.
Like we played it on like baby at first, and we're like, oh, all right, you know. And then we got a harder game, and that shit's just like spin, spin. We were like,
Yeah.
I don't know what DJ mixes with records and plays a keyboard at the same time.
Yeah, that was something for fucking Asian kids.
Is there any other type of game out of rhythm games that is just, it has such a level of, at 0, it is like, what toddler fucking Fisher Price fucking game are you playing? And then you put it on extreme, and it is like master class, only, you know, 0.01% of the population could ever do this. It's how they choose who goes to space, like, than rhythm games, you know. Like, it is that level of discrepancy. Like, you start at the beginning, and it's like, oh yeah, anyone could do this. A fucking baby could do this. A fucking anything. And yeah, oh. And then you look at someone and you're like, you've spent how long and you've mastered this with this? Are you an idiot savant? It's something's amazing. Love it.
It's fucking dumb shit.
All right. Well, we're going to play a lot of that shit in Vegas, so sign the fuck up. Or don't sign the fuck up. Just come to Vegas at the time allotted. It's very easy. Yeah, we're not at the point where we got to sell fucking Vegas tickets yet, but one day, y'all going to be buying passes. Like, no, there's no chance in hell. That's dumb. But PD Rave's going to be there, if that helps you convince yourself. But let's move on to the news, Kaz, because it's 30 minutes into the recording.
Look, 2 news stories each, and then into the game.
Yes. I hate you.
Pick your best.
I fucking don't know where the button is.
dkgWELP. Let's fill that knowledge hole. With Kaz and Carly's news bag.
You go first.
Ooh. Welcome to the News Bag. This is the segment of the show where we talk about news from around the world. You can help participate in this part of the show, like Puck did, by joining the DKG Discord. And there is a channel called dkgWELP Podcast. And you can add news stories, like the one Puck did, where Florida Park had to shut down because of a snake orgy.
I love when we both pick the same stories. That means it's fun. Yeah, you heard it right, kids. There's a snake orgy. What? And it's annual. That's my favorite part about that little headline. They're just like, yeah, no, it happens every year. Bunch of snakes come out. Got to put a bunch of tape around the park because snakes are doing it. What's?
Yeah, they're walking.
And if you know this story, because I didn't actually read it because you said you were going to take it, but. Why is it called an orgy and not just like a mating? Like, are they just like, are they in and out? Are they tripling up,
I think
quadrupling?
Mostly like,
Please.
An orgy is different to me than just the spawning area of snakes. Like,
I think that's more what this gentleman who wrote the article went with, because the people who run it just said it appears they have congregated for mating. They are non-venomous and generally non-aggressive as long as people do not disturb them.
Okay, how do snakes mate?
I was there with you, Panda. It was the exact same thing that was going through my head. I had realized halfway through Kaz talking that I don't have any idea. Is there a little snaky penis that comes out? Is there like a baby snake?
Because
don't they lay eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have to be fertilized.
So does just eggs pop out, he nuts on them, and then what?
No, I don't think it's a fish thing.
That's a fishy thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to Google it. I'd rather never know. I'd rather never know.
I'm waiting for someone in chat.
If I had the means to.
The last thing I need to see is a snake penis jump out at the screen, and I really don't want it.
Hey Google, how does a snake's mate?
I'll do it so other people can hear it. Alexa, do snakes have penises?
Form a mating ball in which
Yes,
each tries to get the
snakes
female
do
to
have
open
penis.
her placenta so that he can insert his penis and mate with her. When males catch the pheromone scent of a female, they will swarm over her, forming a mating ball.
Quoi?
They make mating balls?
Alexa, what is a mating ball?
On the website,
The noun mating
LifeScience.com,
ball is usually
they
defined
say,
as arriving
when
mass
males
of
catch
snakes,
the pheromone
usually
scent of a
composed of
female,
a
Hey, Google,
single
stop.
female and 10 or more males
Hey, Google,
attempting to
stop.
mate with her.
10 or more males attempting to mate with a female is the typical mating ball. There's your fucking orgy, baby. Oh,
I'm so glad I triggered everyone's Google Home.
I'm so happy I'm a human, and this isn't part of my life.
So it is an orgy.
It is officially as an orgy can be. It is clearly defined. Encyclopedia Britannica. I love that, like, just the term mating ball is just snakes. They're like typically use it, and I now have a weird desire to make a mating ball with human beings.
Oh, no, stop. Gross.
Vegas. Oh no. Yeah, it's terrifying. Don't fuck with them. I know they're not generally aggressive, but I don't think if you, in any uncertain terms, if you fuck with someone's mating ball, they're not gonna bite your ass, or they're gonna bring you into it. I feel like a mating ball is like a Tasmanian devil tornado, like it just picks up like a cartoon. Just anything that gets like a Scooby Doo fucking.
Try to take a photo and like be all wildlife, and all of a sudden you got a dick in your ass.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's 10 snakes out of every hole you have. Lord, that's fantastic. We all learn. See, this is why I put educational on the tags for dkgWELP. Sometimes you just end up learning something. I have a news story. This is an online date gone bad. I feel like we've done stories like this, but this is a new one as of the 13th of February. I never actually fixed my microphone. This is why I'm fiddling with it. I don't know, man. People put up with a lot of shit. I get bored at a date and I just bounce. But this unnamed woman, for her own safety, decided to go on it actually doesn't say here, but a dating app, and swiped until she found that one, and she goes to drive to his house 30 minutes away, picks him up. Her first actually, you tell me when you'd walk the fuck out. All right. And I don't think Panda's gonna ever walk the fuck out.
All right, I'd walk out of having to drive 30 minutes to pick them up.
There, that's me right there. Nope, got to put on pants and go 30 minutes. Fuck that. Anyway, she drives, picks this guy up. She says her first cause for concern was when he was down in a bottle of wine while in her passenger seat while they were driving to the restaurant that they were going to go to.
I'm still in on this.
Like, guy knows how to party. Let's fucking go. Yeah, illegal. At least in California and wherever this place was as well. But anyways, they were driving. They had a lunch and then drove to. They were driving back, or they were driving to a different place, I think. And he asked if she can stop by a bank so he can get some money out. And he went in and robbed the bank. Came out screaming, wearing sweats, the sunglasses, a hat, and a gun, and said, "Fucking go!" Quote unquote. She panicked and ran, drove, and are you still in, Panda? Panda's in. Panda's in for all.
I mean, I might be.
Panda's like fucking do crimes, is all his Tinder says. My reason for picking this story is, I mean, it sounds shitty. They drove off. Basically, the cops ended up pulling them over, and she got out, and he stayed in, and and he's going to jail. All that stuff. My weird concern here is the man robbed the bank for. Like, there's got to be a limit to what you when you want to commit like. I would consider doing crimes if there was a reward. Like,
hey, wait a minute. Did you say he came out in sweats? Did he wear sweats to the date? I'm out.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
That's the part I got hung up on. I was just waiting. I was just like, yeah, my man's wearing just sweatpants.
He was drinking fucking. He was drinking $2 Chuck in the car. Okay, like, what are you gonna do?
I will tell you this right now, right? Like, I've been, I was working on shit at my other house all day, and I was sitting around here, so I just had on sweats, and then as soon as we were like, yo, let's go out, we're like, yeah, all right, where do we want to go? Yada yada yada. We're like, oh, let's go to the arcade. They're like, cool. Emily immediately looked at me and was just like, "You're gonna put on pants, though, right?"
Yeah, I mean, I will never leave my house in sweats.
As you shouldn't.
Unless I'm going to the gym.
Do you change at the gym?
No, I wear what I'm going to wear to the... Like, if I'm just going to go to the gym and come back home, I wear what I'm going to wear to the gym and then come back home and change.
I have to wear shorts, at least. Like, I'm not... Like, maybe basketball shorts or, like, running shorts, but I can't go out in sweats. There's something... I don't have the dick for sweats either.
My thing, I'm trying to think, because for me, when I was going to the gym hard most recently, I haven't really obviously been in a long time, but when I was hitting the gym hard, I was doing 4 days a week and whatnot. It was I was very big, like gross, scary big, like 360 fucking big, and I was like double. So I didn't like sweat through my t-shirt, like I double layered up, and I was like, I can't be in public like this. I look like a fucking gross monster. So I was like, let me wear like a jacket or something, and then I get to the gym and change and everything. But whatever. Anyways, what's your limit? Like, if someone asks you to commit a crime, you're like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking steal from a bank, right? Like, that's too much risk. But what's the number that gets you to be like, fucking risk it for a biscuit? Let's go, boys. Like, there's got to, like, everyone's got a number, right? Like, and a risk tolerance.
Somewhere between 30 to 100,000.
Nah, I need enough money to pay someone to get me off the grid.
Yeah, that's my thing. My thing is get out of the country.
100 grand.
Yeah, something like that. It's like get out of the country and be able to be self-sufficient without ever having to be back on the grid, kind of thing. Like that's the money. This man robbed this bank for $1,000.
Okay, no.
With a 44 Magnum, hats, sunglasses.
That's all they had in the tills, brother.
He walked up. The story here from the actual Bristol County Savings Bank branch interviewed the teller, and said he demanded $1,000 and said he needed it badly because he was really hurting.
Wait, so he could have got more, but he
she must have been like, here's all. Okay, this is fucking $1,000. Here's a $1,000 bill. I think they make them.
Is it less of a crime if it's under a certain amount, or is armed robbery?
Maybe he was thinking. Yeah, I think it's still bad. I think he's not like going to jail for life, but like it's not grand larceny. But maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe in Bristol County it's less of a crime.
So now if you steal something that's over 2,500, then it's considered grand theft.
Robbing a bank is a federal crime. Done. Problem done. $100 is the largest. They don't have like actual fucking Monopoly $1,000 bills. Like,
no,
where are you from?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I've never even contemplated having a big giant bill. $100 bills scare me. I'm like, I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna fucking break this. This is gonna go away.
We went 1 to 100 because anything else is just dumb. I think $100 bills are dumb. I hate whenever anyone hands me a $100 bill.
Well, I like just having it.
I hate I had a 50 the other day, and I'm like, where I don't even know where I can use this. Like
All right, you know what? Like, hold on. Here's a pet peeve. All right. People legitimately do this, right? You go to a bank, you take your money out, right? And like, it's always older people. And it's not even like boomers. It's just older people. And then they walk around with pocket money for the rest of the day that they're just spending. And they keep it in that, first of all, take it out of the fucking envelope. Take it out of the fucking envelope that they put it in when they handed it to you. Like, that's number one.
I don't know anything about cash. We've found another pocket of information that I am just a black hole of knowledge on. I don't even know what envelope you're talking about.
Yeah, so when people go and take out like a certain amount, they put it in like an envelope and hand that to you, right? Rather than just handing you bills.
Just put it in my wallet, right? Like,
right. So you could just be like, I don't need that. and put the money in your wallet.
All right, so I kind of like the envelopes just because, like, when I used to pay rent, just cash, and like I would take out money, keep it in the envelope,
okay,
seal that shit, and then give it to them as rent.
But that's all right. That's one thing, right?
Oh no! Oh,
like,
here's
these motherfuckers just go into a store and then fucking open their fucking purse.
Their envelope that has "rob me" written on the side of it.
Yeah,
clearly.
And they're counting too. They're like, oh, here's $100 bill that I'm gonna pay for this $8 thing with, and I'm just like, you piece of fucking garbage, you excrement fucking piece of fucking shit, garbage fucking fuck.
I will say, I had a 50, and one time I just needed change, so I just bought like a stick of gum.
Oh, you're a bad person.
See, but I knowing you were like, yo, I need change, but I don't want you to have to just open your fucking drawer. Like, can I just get this so I can get change, please? Thank you. You know what I mean? Like those people are fine. I've seen those people. The fucking old man who, and I swear to God, like if I didn't need my job, the next one would get punched in the fucking mouth. But the next dude who fucking hands me a fucking $100 bill, or not hands it to me, puts it on the counter to fucking. I hate. Oh God.
Oh yeah. We hit a nerve here, boys.
Well. Yeah. And then it's just like, and then I have to run it through the fucking scanner thing.
You
and
get your little your pen out.
Fucking made that one today. Like.
Do they really tell that to you?
Every time.
What does that mean? Like, why is that a thing that you say?
It's fucking dad jokes.
Yeah. And then then we all do the same thing. We go, well, give that back to you then.
My eyes started twitching.
And they're like, ha, 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 ha. And you just give them the deadpan, and they're like, yeah. Okay, sorry. Like,
I love making people feel bad when they do something dumb.
From the opposite side, like I now just remembered, I went and I got a fucking hankering for some Wingoos the other day, and I stopped by a fucking Wingstop, and I got the big boy option because I was gonna eat those the whole fucking weekend. That was my plan. And so I ordered like $36 in wings because I knew I had a 50 in my wallet because I went and drinking with my friend, and he Venmo'd me, and then he just gave me cash, and he usually Venmos me. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this fucking $50 bill? Like I the normal like shopping I do in person is a 7-Eleven, and there's no chance I'm gonna drop a 50 on a 7-Eleven person. And so I was like, I'll get these wings, and I can pay for them with this $50 bill. It'll be fine. That's why I'll get the bigger order. So it came to like $40 or whatever, and I was like, here's a 50. And this lady looked at me, and she was like, oh my God, can you not? And I was like, what? And she's like, I have no change. That lady over there just gave me a 50 for a $10 order. I have no change. And I was like, she's like, I'll figure it out. And I was like, no. You got me. I got you. I'll pay with the card. It's fine. It's great. I'll take my 50 back. We're good. And that's me. That's the way I work. Cause I'm like, I've been in your shoes, No,
I literally one day had a fucking procession, like just a rotation of fucking old people who were just like $100 bill for an $8 purchase, $100 bill for a $2.50 purchase, and shit like that. And then I had a dude come up to me, and he's like, can I pay for this with a 50 so I can get change? And I was like, no, because all those old people took all my money.
All the old people. How do you? Okay,
yeah.
so here's
the worst part is like when you go to a bank, they ask you what denominations you want.
Yeah.
So like,
how you want me to break that down for you? Because
hundreds.
The magic automated fucking machine that spits money into my fucking face, this thing will do anything. How do you want me to break it down for you? And if I will tell you, my most anxiety-ridden, worst experience ever was the apartment that me and my sister had together. It was right after fucking TwitchCon in LA, and I had gotten the call that they had approved our paperwork to do it. I just needed to drop off the fucking first, last, and security deposit and shit, because our credit score was shit. And I was at TwitchCon, and I was like, it's like, oh shit, anxiety through the roof, whatever. Oh my God, we got the apartment. Sweet, I have a place to live. This is awesome. And so I was like, I'm gonna get home and do it. I got 1 day to do it. By the time I got home, it was gonna be 1 day to get there and fucking drop it off to get the place secured. And they were like, it's got to be in fucking, what are those things called? Cashier's checks or whatever. Fucking, which.
I'm sorry, who?
Cashier's check.
You got it. Yeah, it's some kind of fucking arcane, fucking 1900s fucking bullshit.
It's like a money order, but dumber.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, money order is the same thing. Same thing. Yeah, it's the same bullshit. You have to go to a 7-Eleven and then give them a shit ton of money in cash, and then they give you a thing that apparently is cash. But if you lose that money order, you've lost the money. It's not like it's a fucking like a card. It's just it's more dangerous because there's less bills to lose, and it's more fragile than U.S. currency. But you're supposed to do it. And I'm sitting there with our rent was like fucking $1,200-$1,400. So first, last, and security was like
That's
over
like
three. Yeah, it was like four fucking grand. And
Yeah.
I had to walk into this 7-Eleven in that part of town with a wallet fucking stacked with half the money wasn't mine, and I didn't have any way to cover it up because my bank account was now drained to zero, and hand that to a fucking 12-year-old who worked at fucking 7-Eleven, and then they printed me out a very flimsy little receipt and said, okay, here's your thing, and then take that to an office. And that whole time, I have never been more anxious in my entire life of just being robbed, attacked, rain, like anything that could happen. I'm like, oh. And I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. This is more money than I've ever fucking transferred to a human being in my entire life. It was terrifying. I hate it. Money is dumb. It should all be numbers in the cloud for all I care.
Yeah, that shit's dumb, bro.
Oh Lord.
All right. I'm gonna do one more. Then when you do one more, we'll move on into games.
Okay.
What's this one? Hold on, I gotta pick a good one. Oh, yes, this one. All right. I'm gonna skip the Batman bar, and we're gonna talk about vertical fucking movies, brother. So this director who has no, I want to link the whole doc. Well,
That's
there
the
it is.
whole doc, baby.
There's the whole doc, baby.
Oh Lord.
But so this director who has done some movies people know in the past, what movies has he done? He's done Hardcore Harry,
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Oh, that was the full motion, the
GoPro.
POV fucking John Wick.
Mirror's Edge. Of
Yeah.
Movies.
Now my man is going to do the first fully theatrical vertical blockbuster movie.
Case in point, there's no theater I've seen that has a vertical screen.
Yeah, I don't know how, if it's gonna be, you know what? Fuck direct to DVD, direct to Google Play.
I mean, do it on your phone.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be kind of probably the release canon of this is for phones. I think it's gonna be something specifically probably tailored for phones, which like some other places have done too. But
I remember that Tinder for a while had like a kind of like a movie interactive game type thing where like you kind of watch a movie play out, but you can influence it, and it was all vertical. But
so I mean, you guys seem mad. I mean, you guys are the film and video guys. Like when you see someone that posts a fucking video that's vertical, do you get fucking ants in your pants?
Fuck this man. Fuck everything he believes in.
It
Fuck
depends
his wife.
on the reasoning, right? If it's like just a silly, like, oh, I had to pull my phone out and record this real quick. If with intent, like you knew you were gonna record something and you did it that way, and then you posted it on like YouTube or something, fuck you.
So
it's my instinct to always go horizontal. I was recording something, and I started off vertical, and then all of a sudden I just switched like midway.
Does that work?
Like, oh. No, it doesn't, because the whole thing's vertical and you gotta tilt your head to the side.
So I recently went to Sam did a live show out here, old Sam here's, and we had ruminations talking about streaming it, and it turns out I haven't opened up Streamlabs OBS thing on my phone in a long time. It's all updated, but for some reason it doesn't see the fucking camera anymore. So I was like trying to start the stream and it wouldn't work, and I was like, "Fuck, the show's starting!" And I panicked. But anyways, I put the phone in horizontal because I'm not a fucking heathen, and I put it down on I made like a makeshift tripod out of cocktail glasses, and I sat it there, and it sat there for like the whole fucking 35 minutes of the show and recorded it. When I went to go dump the video into my computer, it was vertical, and I was like, "Fuck you, phone! Like, what are you doing to me?" So I took that bitch into Premiere and I fucking flipped it to the side. Like I fixed it. I don't know why people don't do that. Then again, they probably don't have Premiere. But I got mad about it. And I'm like, ugh. But yeah, no, I hope it looks good. That's awesome. That's exciting. But I will tell you this. There have been, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, because admitting a lot of stuff, TLDR, I do my primary porn watching on phone. No, some people don't. Some people do.
I think we're getting to a generational thing where more people are just kind of on their phones in general.
Sure.
And their phones are becoming their primary computing source. So like, because of the nature of it, people are starting to be okay with looking at things vertically, unlike a few years ago where more people would be mad about any kind of vertical video. I remember like the days of Twitter where people would post vertical videos and the first like 15 comments were, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
But then do you remember at some point when YouTube started adding like the motion blur so that a vertical video doesn't look as jarring? Yeah, but then apparently is vomit inducing. They started adding that, and that was like a silent upgrade. Like they did, because like you post a video vertically in a 16:9, and it's like, "Hey, we got you, bro. Like we'll make it look a little bit, intentional."
And then Instagram TV came out, and that was vertical only, and people fucking rioted.
Well, so let me get to this point. There's been shitty porns that I've looked at, and it's vertical, and you turn your phone sideways, and it stays vertical, and it's shitty. Yeah. But there's times where I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, it wants to be vertical. This was filmed vertically, and I'm like, this is kind of nice because I can one hand control this and do my business with the other hand. This is very good, convenient.
You can one hand control this as well.
I get that, but it's less convenient when you're in the shower. Yes, you now know a lot about me.
Shower.
Yes, just you work it all out. It's all there. All the information you have is there.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, so people rioted with Instagram TV, and then I think the biggest game changer was TikTok. TikTok is normalizing vertical video in kind of like a meme format, but people are more into it this way.
Sure.
Did you not even think about that?
No.
Because people are mad about the Instagram vertical, but TikTok is all vertical as well. I mean, but you're meant to watch all of that on your phone. Like, it's I don't know. It's weird. I got weirded out the other day when I opened up a cell phone game, because I very rarely play cell phone games, but I got that Madoka Magica game because the anime was apparently coming out, and I was like, oh, it's a game. I might as well check it out. And like I opened it, and the game just immediately went vertical or horizontal, and I was like, "How do I?" Oh, the game. You play the game sideways, like. And I was like, "That's been so long since I've played a cell phone game." Like, I don't think I've ever played a cell phone game outside of Pokemon Go on my Pixels, so my Android phone. It's like 4 years at this point. So whatever.
Yeah,
I played a lot of visual novels on my phone, and most of them they're using Ren'Py, and like that forces things to go horizontal.
It is famous, a famous hentai.
One thing I'm very curious about is how they're going to tackle perspective in terms of vertical video, whereas like with movies, you know, you have your close, your wides, and on all of that, and I don't know how you're going to get that same type of thing with a vertical video, because if you're looking at someone, you're getting more perspective this way versus like making the character seem small because you put them off to a corner and it gives the illusion of like them being powerless. I'm curious as to how they're going to how filming it that way will progress and aid in the story that they're trying to tell, like versus the conventional methods.
Well, because you start throwing off all the things that people use in regards to compositing, where positions are, and you know, rule of thirds and whatnot. Like all that stuff changes when you're at a 9:16, which makes me want to throw up. Just saying, but like, crazy. That's what your job is, Panda. That's your life. That's your
I'm not doing this shit. I'm
demographic.
16. No, actually, I'm leaning more into like 18:9 video, because like it's good for phones. It plays well on YouTube, and people are already used to black bars, at least vertically. So if they put it full screen, they'll have 2 black bars, and it's fine.
I don't know what any of that meant. Arby's food story. Let's go. We're in fish sandwich war apparently of 2020. This is just your typical social media food. My favorite thing right now in this in our current day and age is fast food Twitter accounts having wars. It's got to be. There's going to be books written about it. It's so stupid and so fantastic. But apparently, as the years roll around, every year Lent starts to come up. By the way, which is happening soon, and so I always forget this, but apparently fish isn't considered a meat. So
yeah, you can eat fish on Fridays.
Yeah, my grandma said that to me at some point, and when I was a vegan, when I was like 16, and she was like, "I made you fish," and I was like, "That's food. That's animal. that's that thing lived." And and she's like, "But Jesus ate it," and I was like, "That means nothing to me."
God, I just imagine that like from the scene of My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where he's like, "What do you mean you don't eat no meat?"
I just want to read some. I want to read some of these beautifully written USA Today articles here. So basically, McDonald's is known for its Filet-O-Fish. That's how it's spelled. And Arby's, believe it or not, is like, "Yo, bitch, we got a fish fucking sandwich. You can come have it. It's better than McDonald's bullshit," and they're going to war on it.
When did they make this? Because although I've rarely stepped into an Arby's, I have never heard of them having a fish sandwich.
It's the what is that? It's the fucking barbecue fucking stamped out thing that what is the goddamn name of the fucking thing that they do only every now and then never loses their goddamn mind for it? It's like a barbecue rib.
The McRib.
The McRib. Yeah, it's like that. It's like a limited edition seasonal thing. Oh man, and there's a fucking fish patty paste fucking image here, which is just making me gross the fuck out.
Is that mint ice cream?
Yeah,
I don't even know. I'm just looking at it while I'm reading about fish, and I'm like, I don't want to. Like, you ever watch chicken nuggets being made? You never want to see how the sausage is made. It's gross.
When I saw a baby chick get blended, it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
But anyways, a good old Deborah, Arby's vice president of advertising, has a quote here that says, "Fish is meat too. It's just ocean meat." Thanks, Debbie. That's a fucking.
Chicken of the sea.
We felt that it was time to take a different approach to our menu to really have people question the filet of fish and whether or not it's the best, and to take a moment to try ours. So they're coming out with this, and they're firing shots over at McDonald's. They want.
So,
go ahead.
It's one thing to have that thing, right? And have that thing that you're known for, right? So McDonald's, like you said, is relatively well known for their stupid filet of fish or whatever. But it's like when you go on the attack, you either got to come with like some real good campaign bullshit, or it just turns into a shitty back and forth. It's just dumb.
One of my weirdest things is, and I've never eaten a filet of fish from McDonald's.
Also, Checkers has the fucking filet of fish too.
It's called Rallies out here.
No, you know who has like the OG Long John Silver's.
I know people that will stab you if you say that Long John Silver's is good. People are angry.
I'm not saying it's good.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying the OG.
Yo, fucking Long John Silver, my guy.
There's a picture here that concerns me a lot, and it's their
food aisle.
It's their two Filet-O-Fishes. Both of them look like they're still frozen to me, but one of my concerns is there is two models. They've got the Filet-O-Fish, or not Filet-O-Fish, but they've got the fish patty. And before I show you this picture, I just want to know if this is normal or not. They got the fish patties on both these new sandwiches. They got that tartar sauce, like it's a mixture of shit on that, which I'm like, okay, I'm in.
It's mayo and relish.
Yeah. And then one of them has like some shredded cabbage, some shit or lettuce or whatever. Like it's just there. And that looks like a normal, what I would assume is a fish sandwich. The other one is the same tartar sauce or mayo or whatever, the filet, and then just a Kraft single, like a yellow. And is that normal?
That's McDonald's.
Is that fuck? Okay, because that is gross sounding to me. I have never been like, you know what my fucking salmon fucking needs is just a Kraft single.
Hold on.
Not salmon.
It's not salmon.
It's a paste. No, that's true. But this looks gross.
Yeah, that's McDonald's, brother. Yeah,
so these are the comparisons. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't eat this shit.
When I was living with my family and like we were very religious at the time, like Filet-O-Fish was the standard for Fridays during Lent.
You get that treat, that delicious treat.
Is it cod? That's the other thing I've never actually known.
No, hold on. You're burying this here. Bob Kelly asked didn't ask, but responded with, it's cod, and that's what you read, but he said it's cod paste, which is a different animal than cod. Cod paste.
No, what do you mean? It's cod in paste.
It's what's left over after you actually use the cod.
If you hand me a burger and you're like, okay, here's a burger. What? Oh, is this pork? No, it's cow. It's cow. And if you said it's cow paste, I would stop eating it and throw it at you. It'd be good. It's gross. You've made it gross. One of my favorite things here, which is why I wanted to do the story in the first place, is that they do bring up Twitter stuff that happens where while they're on the march to fight. Arby's has been responding to people that are angry at McDonald's.
What is that? Click on that link from Chimera, brother. If you thought you were grossed out before, wait for this shit, my guy.
If you thought
that's what I said. The new fish and cheddar. Fucking Arby's is coming in with their. I mean, it's not a Kraft single. It's somehow nacho-y.
Nacho cheese on top.
It doesn't seem okay, right? Am I broken? Imagine just the yellowest fucking American slice just dripping on your fucking cod paste.
I mean, honestly, just think of it as putting cheese whiz on your like Filet-O-Fish.
I can't. I mean,
fish and whiz.
Oh my god!
It is the same cheese as the beef and cheese. It's that Arby's fucking melt, that goopy goop cheese. It just seems It seems so wrong. And you can get 2 of them for $6. Damn. All right. I wonder if they can do them a lettuce wrap.
Okay, all right. Look at the fish, and that question ends there.
There is no way I'll be able to find it, but there was a blog that this one dude did when I was first researching keto shit, and he did like just every restaurant you can think of, like what could you order and what could you get away with trying to be keto.
I think the website you're looking for is called No Bun Please.
But he had gone to fucking Arby's and ordered a double melt fucking Arby's sandwich and asked for it lettuce wrapped, and they just gave him a bowl of fucking goop. It's just...
No, I did the same thing one time. Like, I ordered a fucking stacked roast beef and cheddar, and what I got was just fucking.
You just like how do you? There's no
silly meat in a bowl.
And I was like, please you need a fork. It's a fork food.
It turned into like a paste almost.
The thing I read, someone ordered the au jus fucking sandwich, the French dip from Arby's, the French dip sandwich, no bun, with the sauce, and they're like, what do you do with that? Like you're gonna just string your meat into the juice, which is like, no, it's not happening. Oh my god, yeah, no, fuck Arby's, they fucked up. It's great. So what I wanted to show is this final thing. This was Arby's Twitter trying to get all fucking hard on McDonald's. Someone complained about McDonald's, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we'll help you out. We'll give you a free sandwich." Blah blah blah. But what this man that tweeted at McDonald's says, "So many years of being a loyal Filet-O-Fish enthusiast. At McDonald's, why you gotta betray me like this?" This man ordered a Filet-O-Fish, and this is what he got.
Wait, all right, hold on.
You want to describe this for the audio listeners? Because what the fuck is this?
So you have that classic McDonald's burger box. My man has opened that up, right? You got a bun on one side. I'm gonna assume top bun with some of the tartar sauce and some of the cheese. On that bottom side of the box, you got the bottom bun with what's left of the cheese and the rest of the tartar sauce. No fish.
But it's obvious that there was once fish there. It's been taken. Like it looks like how.
Okay, all right. There is a very small window between when that comes off the line and either when it goes from either the front like the check-in counter or the drive-through. I don't know what monster, what man managed to slip his grimy little paws in there and slide it out without a single person noticing in broad daylight.
It's got to be like a creepy lizard with a long tongue or something. Just grab it. Oh, it's beautiful. But that was my favorite part of that fucking actual story. So fuck it. Fuck the Filet-O-Fish. Don't go to Arby's. Stop eating fast food. You're terrified.
All right.
Do we even have time for this game? Because it's probably going to be long. What do you guys got? What are you guys doing? No? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We did a long news. We did a long talkie. We should probably end it here, and we'll save this for another time or an actual stream. Sorry, it's fine. Panda deserves a game. Chimera, don't do that to him. He doesn't want to play. He hates.
Do you have a short one?
I have a summer school. We can do. We can do a summer school. We can do the Super Bowl summer school. Let's do the Super Bowl summer school. Okay, cool. It's game time.
Let's knock it out.
Oh, yay! It's game time.
Hell yeah.
With Curly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only on dkgWELP.
They're reconsidering this heavily.
Oh, yeah, we're here, dog. We're here.
You're going to see us look at each other several times just...
Yeah, but you gotta size it up.
Hold on. Speaking of me and Panda looking at each other, right? me and Panda, fucking, we told you we found that bowling game, right? We fucking racking up the points. 200, 150, 100 fucking points here, 200, 300 here, fucking on the bowling, right? So we're like, yo, brother, we racked it up, right? Because we were playing on one card. So we're like, yeah, we racked up the points here.
Let's get some prizes.
Right. We walked around that goddamn arcade looking for a machine that would tell us how many points we have. They're all broken. They're all frozen.
Some monster ripped out the card reader.
Yeah, some monster ripped a card reader out of one of them. They don't even serve alcohol
steal
yet.
it?
They don't even serve alcohol yet, right? So we're in the little fucking prize place. The prize machine doesn't. The little like slide to check your thing doesn't work. But luckily, there's a girl at the counter just holding a scan fucking Tron because she knows it doesn't work either. So she's just waiting for people to ask how many points they have. So we walk up to her. She's having a conversation with the security guard, right? They're just fucking boo loving over here, right? So we're like, yeah, tell us how much is on the card, right? So she scans it. She looks at the thing. She's like, 103. And she goes back to her conversation.
Yeah, and we
without missing a beat. We're like, fuck this bitch just said. We didn't say anything to her. We just looked at each other, and then she goes, 1003. We're like, oh, all right, okay.
Spoken for like 10 seconds. Just the slowest look to each other, and just a look of bewilderment and confusion.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're like, yo, don't slide me, bitch. I know there's more than 103 points on here. I was like, I'm about to ask to speak to your manager.
They don't care about you. That's like the. You remember
they don't care about the business in general.
No, because they're getting paid minimum wage to work with the shittiest adults.
No. I mean, whoever owns that place doesn't care. Like,
yeah.
Half the machine's broken. That place is going to be closed down 6 months. That bar
Do you
is never
remember the
opening.
one clerk dedicated to a line of 3,000 adults at the fucking Fun Dungeons fucking cash-in window? And we're sitting there like, we're going to take the alien. No, you want to blow that up for us? Yeah, please blow it up for us. Cool. And there's like little children waiting for us. And we're like, we don't give a fuck. Fuck this kid. With palm in the face. Like, we were horrible to these people. I mean, we were okay, but... And like, what are you gonna say at the end of the day? Like, I ain't gonna tip her. So like, I'm like, you keep the rest of the tickets. They're yours. You do it. Like, that fucking doesn't mean shit to her. She's got whatever.
No, we pointed at a kid. We were like, give him to him.
Oh yeah, we did do
that. Yeah, it means nothing to her though. Fucking poor. She's like, it's like you look at any other place. You look at like a 7-Eleven or a fucking Vons or any place, and you're like. When they get overwhelmed by a bunch of customers, they're like, "Oh shit, can you come? We got other people coming in, help out." There wasn't even a chance in her eyes that she thought someone was gonna come help her out. She's like, "No, this is my life now. I'm here. I'm gonna get angry stares from everybody, and it's my fault, and I'm paid nothing for this." So, hey, Fun Dungeon.
Bad. We did give that kid like 400 tickets.
Yeah.
We gave him a lot. You could have bought a lot of stuff with it because we just couldn't decide. It was either just buy a bunch of over expensive candy, or whatever. It's his life. This is gonna be a little experimental because I do not have them in a soundboard format. But whatever, it is the Super Bowl themed summer school. This is a game where a very mushmouth child tries to say words, and Kaz and Panda are going to be guessing them. Feel free to guess along in the chat to make the experience go along faster. Your first clue. Name is your buzzer, by the way, so come in with Panda or Kaz.
Wait, what do you mean? Are we working together?
Against who? Oh, Lord. I mean, I guess you want to make it collaborative. Fuck, you guys can like. I mean,
actually, you know what? Now that we're like next to each other, I might actually get my name out before him.
Has that been a problem? Is that?
Yes, it has.
Man has no internet, and you can somehow lose.
You can't beat me in LAN.
You're gonna play a local Counter-Strike game. All right. Your first clue.
I get another PC,
Brother, I'll bring my laptop next time.
I always have a secondary PC in case people want to play local games. Me and Demon Defy played Rocket League next to each other when he was at my house. It was fun. All right, your first clue. This might be too loud.
Apple.
That is too quiet.
Too low.
Apple.
Oh, that is speed. Where's 1? Okay.
Apple.
Football terms.
Apple.
Kaz.
Fumble.
Close, but not.
Apple.
Whoa. It's close to fumble.
It's not close to fumble. It's just a term like that. It's one word. It's definitely not purple.
Blake? Or Panda?
Wow. The fuck are you? Go.
Blake.
Tackle?
Close.
Apple.
Vertically impaired says apple. It's very close, but not a football term. Tell me if you don't want
Apple.
Apple. Grapple.
football terms. They call
Snapple.
this. They call this during a snap.
Apple.
I don't know, dude.
That is
Snap.
audible.
Oh,
That is not dirt.
Apple.
That's before the snap.
Okay, I don't know fucking football. Don't matter to my fantasy fucking team.
It should.
Your next clue.
Butts.
Panda.
Panda.
Blitz.
That is indeed a blitz.
I heard butts, my dude, and I was like, "She talking about the Jets' butt play?"
Which they are known for. Your next clue.
Chaps.
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 Assless chaps?
The winner is this.
Chaps.
Oh, Panda.
Chaps.
Panda.
Champs?
Chaps.
He's tearing you up, Kaz. Another football term for Super Sunday.
Commercials.
Panda.
Panda.
Commercials.
Fantastic.
I heard Camachos, dude.
Camacho. Man, my favorite football term, Camachos. Your next clue.
Down in a second.
Kaz.
Fourth down and second.
Oh, God, I was going to say, if you got this, I'd have been amazed. No.
Down in a second. Down in a
Kaz.
second.
Kaz.
Downset hike.
No. This is the date of the Super Bowl.
Down in a second.
Panda?
Panda.
February 2nd?
This guy. Savant.
Yeah, that bitch said downset hike.
She did something. Your next clue. This.
Guacamole.
She kind of becomes a demon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon?
I forgot.
Guacamole.
Kids are weird, dude.
Vodka mallet?
That's you're close. It's what you serve sometimes during a Super Bowl.
Guacamole.
It's clear as a bell. I can hear it perfectly.
Shut the fuck up.
People are screaming at their radios. They hear it. All of them hear it.
Guacamole.
Serve at the Super Bowl.
Vodka.
Simply Jixon, what's up? Holy shit, we're getting rated. Why did we go this long on a podcast?
Oh no.
We can't not address the fucking Jixon raid.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Help.
This is going to be in the recording of the podcast. For those that are audio listeners, hi. We're being rated by a whole ton of people from the lovely Simply Jixon. Hi.
Edit.
I need drinks.
I do not edit. I do not edit these podcasts. You know, I do not edit these podcasts. So it's gonna stay up in there, and it'll be around. Hi, everyone.
No, thank you for coming over. For those that don't know, this is dkgWELP podcast. We do a podcast every Sunday. We're in our trivia portion of our podcast where Curly plays a stupid fucking game.
Why do you
And then
hate
I
the
get
game?
mad.
It's a fun game. It takes me so long to
Stupid
make.
fucking game. Stupid fucking game. brother.
It takes you so long. To
I
make.
have to
Yeah,
go
all that
and steal
content that
this
he
from a
does.
different radio station. I have to
Okay, there
download
we
their
go.
episodes, and then I have to cut it and make it into buttons that I can press. It's a lot of fucking work. I swear to God. I give them credit where credit is due. Jixon, you are fucking the best. Thank you so much for being amazing. Hello, everyone. Yeah, this is our podcast. We do news, funny stories on the internet, a bunch of garbage shenanigans, and then at the end of the show, we do a little simple game. I'm here joined with my co podcast person, King Kaz, and then that is Panda at his house. Usually, most people are Skype guests, but he just happens to be in Baltimore right now, hanging out. So he's on the show, hanging out and doing a thing. We were really genuinely concerned with the length of the episode, and we're like, we should end it. And then we're like, nah, let's do one more thing. And now we're here, and you've come by with all your people, and that's very nice of you. For those that don't know, we're only a third of the way through, so you can join in. This is a game where I play an audio clip.
Get ready, because you're listening to Drunk Kids
There's your Camacho, Cass. Thanks for the follow, man. I'm playing an audio clip of a 3-year-old saying a term related to football and the Super Bowl.
Football.
Yeah, basically football. She has horrible mushmouth syndrome. It's so unfortunate, but we use it as a game. And our contestants here, Kaz and Panda, and also Chat, are trying to figure out what the fuck she's actually saying. So, for instance, we just played this clip, which is I can't do it on its own. Okay, this one.
Don't even suck it.
And now Kaz and Panda hear it perfectly because it's a perfect.
No, I still hear downside height.
Jesus Christ, PD Rave just gave away 5 subs, and I don't have the ability to turn them off for audio. There's a button. I'm not gonna edit this thing.
That's just gonna be in the podcast. That's just how that goes.
That's gonna be a noise.
Thank you, down in second. That's what I heard
Sir.
Apparently, that's February 2nd.
Cert saying that's exactly what Kaz guessed when we did that one a second ago. Yeah.
Don't even suck it.
February the 2nd. This is a lot of that. Sometimes she goes into demon mode. Sometimes she goes into demon mode and sounds like this, which is guacamole. Mahoy. As well.
Okay, all right. You said something they serve at the Super Bowl, and I was so focused on a Super Bowl drink.
He meant
Food, yeah, like nacho cheese
would serve at a fucking Super Bowl party. See, this is why he makes it worse. He makes it worse.
I hate you.
Makes it fucking
You're
worse.
listening to Drunk Kids Gaming.
You two in the same room is going to be a problem for this fucking show in general. Y'all get fucking so mad. Y'all get so mad. I hate. This is what happens.
Lucky we didn't have a camera tonight. There was so much content.
This is what happens though when you guys are in the same room with me. All of a sudden, there's all these sidebars about fucking Curly's a goddamn idiot and he fucking breaks
I
everything.
thought that was your cat. Like I thought it was behind us.
What the hell?
My cat just walked over here. Like, all right.
You thought the cat walked across streams? That's Luna, by the way.
You
She's
thought
cute.
my cat just fucking walked through the streets and got here and was like, all right.
All right.
Like, oh shit.
Your next football clue is
Hail Mary.
Panda.
Oh,
Yeah.
Panda's quicker than Kaz. Panda.
Hail Mary.
That is genius.
When the internet latency is not there, I'm all on this.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you the one that you're not gonna get, but good luck. Football, very specific to this Super Bowl that just came past.
Cherry
Patrick
gun.
Mahomes.
Cookie cool.
what?
Cherry gun. Cookie cool.
She's lost it. She's older than she's been. We've been doing this game for over a year and a half, and she's lost it.
Cherry
No one's saying anything.
gun. Cookie cool.
If you get this, it's $1 million. I'll give you it like $20. There's no way you're gonna get it. I'm sorry.
Cherry gun, quick echo.
Cherry gun, quick echo. I can't hear anything but that now.
Stop.
Cherry gun, quick echo.
Choking Garoppolo?
The halftime show.
Cherry
Sha-
gun, quick echo.
Shakira. J-Lo?
Panda, your name is your fucking buzzer, Kaz. It's not your first time.
No, it's too late.
Panda said it.
Shakira and J-Lo.
It is Jennifer Lopez and Shakira is what this kid is supposedly saying.
Wait. In that order?
In the what I just said. Listen.
Cherry gun, quick echo.
Exactly what you hear. She's lost her mind. This kid is broken. And I told you that one is not going to ever be got by anybody. Your next clue.
Yo, I heard Shakira first, dog.
I mean, right? Yeah, no, this is the reason I included that one. All right, your next one. Football terms and Super Bowl.
Mahomes.
I don't know who I heard first. Did you hear?
You're fucking mental, dude. He said it. He said his name. I said,
I was listening for the "cuh." The "cuh." It's the "cuh" that gets out there. It's easier.
Mahomes.
You win.
Well done. You were waiting. You were rearing for that one. I heard you. Heard you throwing out Mahomes earlier for no reason. All right, this next one's a little difficult.
Jessica Alton.
Panda?
Panda.
Pass call option?
No, close at all. Not even close.
Jessica Alton.
Whatever you're thinking, it's not it. It's not it.
Jessica Alton.
Just chat. If you can help, fucking feel free to jump in.
Jessica.
It's not. There's no Jessica. There's no Ja. There's no any of the Ja. And it sounds like there's a Ja. There's no Ja.
Jessica Alton.
Jessica Upton. It's hard because once you get something seeded in your mind, you're fucking stuck.
Jessica Alton.
What do they do at the start of every Super Bowl?
Flip a coin?
Jessica Alton.
Just call it in the air?
Curtis has it. National anthem. This kid.
Jessica Alton.
I hear Jessica Apton.
Everyone does. Everyone does.
Does this kid have a speech impediment?
We're going to find out that it's something really gross and sad with this poor kid, and we've been making fun of it for a year and a half. So this poor girl. I only got like 3 more. Your next one is something that happens in the football stuff.
Snap.
Panda.
Oh, Panda is so quick on the draw. Panda.
Our reaction time is better than his.
Apparently.
Snap.
You win.
Well done, sir. Your next one is football term.
Super Boys 54.
Did you say Panda? Is that what we... Go ahead.
Super Bowl is 54.
You win.
Yeah, Super Bowl 54.
I mean, he said Super Bowl.
I said it as
Super
she said
Bowl
Super Bowl and
54.
worried about the rest later.
Yeah.
Same. That's what I was trying to do. I was like, I'll go fuck that. I got Super Bowl.
Your next clue.
The big game.
Cass. Oh, come on.
Wow,
buddy.
Panda.
Come on. I gotta put my name on that fucking, like.
The big game.
You gotta get that "k" ready, dude. You gotta get that "k" ready. K. It's easier. "P" is harder to make with your lips. "K," you got an advantage. And your final one.
I pursed my lips even before I was ready.
Yeah, he's ready. All right, here's your final one. This is a Super Bowl related clue. Good luck.
Went to a booty trophy.
Clear as a bell. Kaz.
Kaz. Vince Lombardi trophy.
Went to a booty trophy.
This man earned that final one, coming back like it's nothing. Oh man, once you know.
Went to a booty trophy.
Once you know, it's good.
It meant body, and then I heard trophy, so I was like, there's only one thing, yeah. Especially at the end. That's the only thing that
well
matters,
done, ladies and gentlemen. You've passed another game section of this fucking podcast. Thanks for being here. Everyone from the Jixon raid, thanks for being here. We're pretty much done now. It's been a long podcast. It's about an hour and 35. You want to close us out, Kaz?
Thank you for joining us this week. We do this every Sunday, even though we're not going to be doing this next Sunday because we're going to be in New York, fucking doing the damn thing, having the good times. But yeah, go on over to dkgTV.com to check out the schedule for the stream to see the next time Curly's going to be streaming. You can go on over and check the podcast link to listen to past podcasts or see all the links from this one and all the news stories we talked about and all that good stuff. Follow us on Twitter. And if you like, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/dkgWELP, and have some fun.
Thanks for being here, everybody. It is a blast. I will be streaming tomorrow with more games and whatnot. We'll have, just as a heads up, I'm doing normal game stuff on Monday through Thursday, but Thursday will be an Erin day. She's going to be coming over and we're going to be playing F&V games. She's got an F&V game that we've never played, a live action one that I am excited to see, and she was excited to stream it on our channel, so we'll have that on Thursday. But love you guys. Thanks for being here.